you that are here, right? Please, in your area, maybe nobody is pushing you to encourage you to move on. You need to encourage yourself, okay? Encourage yourself to move on. Please, may nobody discourage you. Encourage yourself to push on, and then try to create time to study, try to create time to help yourself, and then move. So that is how it is, okay? In this field, when you are new in this area, things that you are seeing are quite tedious, and then so hectic, and then new things keep coming. So you need to motivate yourself and move on. All right. At the end of the day, so you will have story to tell. That is how it was for me. That's how it was for me when I was starting my journey. Many people that joined the class of then, they stopped at network subnetting. That's where they left. Many stopped at subnetting. So don't think that what is happening or maybe people are not coming class may discourage you. Just push on, right? Don't look at anybody. Even though you do not understand some concept, does not mean or should not stop you from coming to the class. It's a gradual process. Okay, so today we stopped at I think last class that was on Monday, right? On Monday, last Monday, we had a talk around Git. A talk around Git, right? And then we looked at how to create a Git repository on a local system, that is local Git repository. We looked at that, and then we were able to create a single Git repository, right? So this time we are going to be looking at how this Git process really work. The Git flow, you can call it Git flow, or the best Git Git or GitHub flow, workflow. Okay, so how do this start? You can hear me. So first, we have what we call the local repository, the local working directory, I mean. The local working directory, like I said, the other class we had, that this is just a normal repository you just created. Maybe you want to work on there on a particular folder. You just created a folder on your local system that is going to contain your code, whatever you're going to be doing. This is the folder that you just assume to be your working directory. Okay, you can create it anywhere you want in your system, right? Okay, that is your working directory. Like if I just said, okay, let me see, I have this my folder, I create a folder. I'll create a folder. I will name it anything I want. Maybe I can name it project 1, 01. Project 01. Okay, so this project 01 now seems to be my what? My local work directory. Okay, seems to be my what? My local work directory. Are we hearing me? Are we all hearing me? Are we all hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So whenever you create a file here, they are considered untracked, unmodified, modified. Okay, let us open this thing with our VS Code. Okay, let's open this particular folder with our VS Code. I told you guys how to do that. You can, on that stream, you can just type this place, code dot. That's the first level, first way of opening your VS Code, right? That's the first way of opening it. You can see, if you open this way, you can see the name of the folder we just opened. Look at it here. The name of the folder is Project 01. I will show you another way. Another way is that you can browse the VS Code and open it. When you open it, you have to look for, when your VS Code opens like this, you will go to File, you will search for Open Folder. Under Open Folder, you will browse the location of that, your new folder you created. You browse the location of the new folder you created. In my own case, I created a folder called, or let me search. I think I created a folder called Project 01. You can see, select folder. Now, you will see that the folder will just appear here. Look at it. These are the two ways you can be able to open the folder. And you can see that we are here now, right? And if I come here to create a folder, I can create a folder called Work1, Work01, and it will show here, Work01. If I create any file, if I still come here, create a file, file1, or let me say, I want to create a file out here. File1, we can see that we can see file 01, and if I delete it as well, all of them will be deleted. Let me delete this one, delete, this one, delete, this one, delete, this one, delete. Okay, so they are being considered as what? They are being considered as the file, right? The file under the folder you just created. Okay, so now you have understand. Then the next thing is for you to understand what we mean by staging. What do we mean by staging? Staging area. Staging area is that, let's assume you started working on your project, or you created a file. Let's say you created a file 1. Okay, let me see if I can increase this, and I think you cannot see it properly. Okay, created a file called file 1, right? Under the file 1, I put the name. Maybe I say this is Git class. Okay, you see, I put something inside the file. Okay, so I'll save it. I'll save it by going to, okay, let me open it this wide. I save this by going to what? Save all.
Sorry, Engineer Smart. On the comment section, they're saying that your voice is low, is not clear, and the rest of them. So please, can you be more audible?
Okay.
But I can hear him clearly now. It's audible.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say what people in the comments, please.
All right.
I can hear.
Okay, don't worry, it's okay. So you can see we created a file. You see, we created a file here. So this file, right? This file is what? This file is just a file we created, right? But at this moment, the file is considered to be in our local working directory. Local working directory. It's not yet staged. Okay, it's not yet staged. Okay, let me show you actually the workflow before I start giving you an example of that. The first flow, or the first stage, is called the local working directory, right? The local working directory is the new directory you just created that is going to contain your work. When you have finally created all your files, in that you need to possibly stage it, or you need to possibly prepare it for commits. Then you move to the stage, you move to another level called staging area. Staging area is like where you need to package or need to arrange some things, you need to like arrange something for movement. Okay, you need to like package things for movement. So this can be called the preview zone. Okay, preview zone, more or less like, you know, most persons that like you are a tailor, you sold some clothes, and after which you put them in a sample location, right? In a show glass, in a showroom, that is in a staged place. You separate it because you want to, it's ready for work, it's ready for movement, it's ready for and take to another level, right? So the only files in this area will be included in your next commit, in your push. So which means that you are done with this particular work. The next thing is the local repository. Local repository. So the local repository is a place, right? So the local repository, what gives us the local repository is that .git I told you about. .git shows that, right? We can track, or we can take record of those the staging those files that are needed to push to the remote environment, the remote repository, or this can be called a snapshot area, right? The area that contains your snapshot, right? The area that contains your snapshot. So what is a snapshot? A snapshot is a packaged file of what you have worked on, or what you have staged, or what you have completed, you want to push to remote environment. Okay, so it all stays at the local repository, right? So you have the remote repository. The remote repository is where you can push what you have packaged already, what you are prepared to move. So which is what is coming directly from your local repository. Remember, from the local working directory, you move to the staging environment or staging area, and from the staging area, you move to the local repository. From the local repository, you'll move it to the remote repository. And I say that your local working area is more or less like your folder, your directory, where your work you are working on will be contained. But when you have created all the work, when you have created your work, you have created what you are worked on, your files, you cannot term it. This is how Git work. When they are here, they are just ordinary files, right? They are just ordinary files. They are not considered to be in a repository. But you need to prepare them, okay? You need to like stage them. If you want to push it to local repository, you want to push it to local repository, you need to stage them. Okay, there are some commands we use in staging this thing, moving these files. These files, we need to move it to what? Staging environment. And from staging environment, when it's in staging environment, we can still move it forward to local repository. And from local repository, we now push it to the remote repository, which is our GitHub. Our GitHub location, GitHub or Git or Azure repo. Okay. So let us look at example of what I'm trying to say here. So this is an example of what I'm trying to say here. We have like a staging file. This is a file that we are trying to stage. Okay. You have the folder you just created. This is the folder you just created, like my project. And inside the folder, you must have this file. This shows that Git is enabled in this project. Git is enabled. Now, if you see here, I have this file, I have this file, I have some folder that contains image. I have some image, I have some image, right? But for us to stage this, we need to do what? We need to move that file. Either we can move it one after the other, or we move it at once. Move it into staging environment. After we must move it into staging environment, then later we now move it to what? To local repository environment, local repository. When we move it to local repository, it means that we have committed it. Committed it. We are committed it to local repository. Staging, we can, when we are here at this particular staging environment, we can still reverse back, unstage it, reverse back. We can reverse back, unstage it. If you stage a file, maybe mistakenly staged a file, maybe you considered, I don't want to push this thing, maybe I need to work on it later. I still need to modify the file. You can unstage it back. So you can, it's now come back to the normal local repository, right? But if you are done, you can stage it. After you must stage it, right? The next thing is to commit it. After committing, then you can push it to the public remote repository. Okay, let us look at how this actually work. How do this actually work? Let's look at it from this angle. You have a remote repository. Let's say you started a work in a particular company, right? You may inherit this particular repository, or maybe you are going to be the one to create the repository, as the case may be, right? You may be the one to create the repository. You may be the one to create the repository, or you inherit the repository. All right? So the repository may be empty. It's an empty repository. All right? It may be what? Empty repository. Then you clone it, like I told you guys, that you need to clone it, right? When you clone it, it is what? What you just clone from your remote repository, you cloned it you clone that remote repository, your own local system. So at that time, you have cloned it. Remember that there are some files, or maybe it's empty, but it's empty repository you have cloned. It have entered your system, right? There are files here, or there is no file here, but you have a local repository already on your system. The next thing is that you need to configure your identity, like I told you guys. You need to configure identity like git config IAM user.name, git config user.email. After you might have finished configuring the identity to show that when you are pushing, they will capture the person that made the comment. Then you need to check out. Check out means that you need to branch out to a branch, create a branch you need to work on, where your own work will be residing, right? And that is going to be your local repository. I mean, your local directory. In the local directory, you may say, okay, I need to create files and complete our work. I complete my work for the day. You create a file, create your work. After creating your work, the work is called untracked changes. They are changes that you have made, but they are untracked. Untracked files are considered to be what? Are considered to be unstaged file. You can call it untracked. Untracked information or tracked work or unchanged. For you to push it to the repository to show that you have worked for the day is that you need to track it. You need to commit it. You need to commit it, right? For you to commit it, what do you need to do? You need to do what? Git add. Git add is a command you can use to track your work, right? Git add is a command used to do what? To track your work. When you track the work, it's now what? Staged. When you track the work, it is now what? Staged. You've staged it. Now, it is now considered to be what? Tracked changes. All the changes you've tracked it. Now, when you want to now commit it to your local repository, you use what? Git commit-m. Git commit-m. So the git commit-m, you can see here, there is a little stuff here. This is where you put the git message, the commit message. It's where you put your commit message. Then when you have committed it, you will see your commit information, like your commit ID, your tag ID, and all that, showing that this information have been committed. And finally, you have to push it to the remote repository. All right. You have to push it to the remote repository, and when you push it, it goes straight here. And that is how the information you worked on will be committed to the public repository. You see, it was empty before, but now you pushed something in there. So this whole process I just walked into, this is what called the Git flow, workflow. This is the Git workflow. But you know, like I said, it can start from here. It can start from this point, or it can start from this point. Starting from here is when there is a repository created for you already. You are cloning it and you start working from cloning. You can still create it, but say no, or first of all, you still prepare the work. After preparing your work, you can then create your repository. But before you can be able to push your work from your local system to the remote repository, you must have created your remote repository, which is also what we're going to be doing this today. Okay? Okay? So now we are going to look at how do we create our, let's look at how we create our, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to open this file right now with my VS Code. Prepare port code dot. Remember, I told you that we can expand this and we have our terminals. So we can see that we have our terminal. This is our PowerShell, but we're changing to bash, to git bash. Okay. So if you check here, there is no, we have not initialized this folder here. We have not initialized this particular directory. We have not initialized it yet. So it is considered to be what? Just a local directory. It have not been initialized. We check here, there is no master or main, okay? There's no master here. So what do we do to initialize it? Who can tell me, what do we do to initialize this directory?
.git command.
.git command. Someone else can help me. What do we need to initialize?
Git init.
Thank you. Git init. Git init. We've initialized the directory. And if it's initialize this directory, can you see this file? There's a file here. Can we see that there's a file here? The file changed to what? U. Let me remove this stuff again. Let me delete it. rm minus rf dot git. Pay attention there. Okay, let me check this. I want to remove that file. All right, I want to show all hidden files. Let me see if I show hidden files. Okay, it's off now. Let me see ls-la. Okay, there's no file again. Okay, let me create a file here. File 2. Now, if you check here, this file 1, file 2, file 3, let me create file 3. File 3. Now, if you check here, since that there is no, watch this. So let me clean up this. If you watch this now, you see that there's no tag in each of these files yet. If I enable this stuff now, if I enable this, if I initialize Git into this directory, you will see that Git will start identifying these particular files. Let me type what? Git init. Git init, we have initialized this. So if you check here, you can see that Git have already identified these files. Now, this stuff you are seeing here is called what? Untracked. Can we see that the files are untracked? Can we see that the files are untracked? If I hover my mouse around, can you see that it's showing untracked? Untracked. The U there shows untracked, that the file have not been tracked. Untracked. Now, let's try to actually view that file from the command line. We can use git status to see that the files are on the untracked state. They are on track. Look at them, on track. Untracked files. That's why you are seeing this U. The U they are seeing symbolizes what? On track. Guys, I'm going to track one file right now, which is this particular one. I'm going to track it. Okay? I'm going to do what? On track. Now, how do I track the file? Remember what I told you guys here? To track the file, what do? We use what? Git add. Okay? On tracked changes, we need to use what? Git what? Can we hear me? What do we use to track a file from here? What do we use to track a file?
Git add.
Can we see this? Git add. Now look at this. Git add is used to track the file. Git add. Dot is for everything, okay? If you are putting git add dot, it means that we are tracking everything. But if you want to track it one by one, write the files one by one, we can track what? Git file. Put the file name you want to track. File 1. And when you hit enter, guys, you have tracked one file. Now, pay attention. Untracked files are showed in red color, while tracked files are showed in green color. I repeat, untracked files are showed in red color, while untracked files are showed what? Green color. Untracked files are unstaged file. Unstaged file. While tracked files are staged file. Are we getting me? Stage file. Untracked file are unstaged file, while tracked file are stage file. Okay, now I have tracked one file. Now, can we now check the status again by giving git status? Guys, check here. If you see here, it is showing that this file, these ones are untracked. Why these ones are what? Tracked files. You can see. Git files are, so you can see here now, one file have been tracked. Okay, one file have been tracked. So which means that it have been staged. The file have been staged. If you want to unstage it, you say, oh man, I made a mistake. I want to bring it down. I want to unstage it. You will put what? Git rm -- catched and the name of the file. Okay. Do you got git rm -- catch, then the name of the file. All right. The name of the file is what? File 1. Guys, we have untracked it already. Now let's check the file again, git status. You can see that nothing again, nothing untracked. Everything is now untracked. We can track everything. Git status. Let's track 2 files. Git add file 1 and file 2. Guys, I just tracked 2 files. And if you check here, these have changed from what? From untracked to what? To index added. Index added. So you have indexed it to a staging environment. Can you see? So U stand for what? Untracked. Why this one stands for tracked? Are we getting me? Let's check the file again, git status. Git status, we are seeing that 2 files are here untracked. I mean, tracked. Why this one is untracked? Okay, I'll still leave this one untracked. Okay, I'll still leave it there. Now let me go here and then put what? Git status. Yes, we've seen that it's untracked. So guys, we are going to commit it now. Because if we check our git log, we don't have any commits yet. Log is used to check what we have been doing so far. If there is any tracked, any commit information, no committed files yet. I'll do git what? Git commit. Because right now I want to do what? Remember our stuff, our command say, I want to do what? After I've tracked it, which is staged it, is now tracked, and I want to push it to a local repository. I need to do what? Git commit -m. Okay, that's actually what I'm trying to do now. Git commit. Git commit is used to do what? Move files, right? We can use git commit to move files. Git commit. Let me put git status. We can use git commit to move files from where? From staging environment to do what? To local repository. To local repository. Right now it's staged, but now I want to move it to local repository, to the repository, right? Remember that this one is what? Untracked file, which is still on our what? On our folder. That is a work that have not been worked on, that have not changed. These ones are the ones that we want to push to remote repository, but it's going through processes. The first stage is that you need to move from what? From our local folder down to what? Down to staging environment. From staging environment, it moved down to what? Move down to local repository. Okay, so let's put it now. Git commit. So which particular file are we trying to move? We are trying to move these two files. So I'll just put it in my message because you need to put in your message. All right. I just added. So added. So I'm defining my message. Added file 1 and file 2. Okay. And then I'll close it. So this is the commit message. The commit message is to tell us what you did. Okay. This is the command. This is git commit. It's what we use, right? But this M stands for what? What is the commit message? The commit message is like describing what you are doing. If you created a index about page, maybe it's about page that you worked on, it should be here captured. I added about page to the work. That's what's supposed to be here. So that people now know, oh, this guy worked on an about page. Oh, thank God, he worked on an about page. Okay? Guys, pay attention, we get it, okay? So now I click on commit. Can you see that the commit message we have done 2 stuff have been committed. Look at it. Added file. This is the commit message. And this is the commit ID. The commit ID. Can you see the commit ID? Now, if I want to check it now, let me clear my screen again and git what? Status. Now, you can see what I'm saying here. The files have moved from what? From staging environment, it have moved out, go to what? Local repository. Now, how can I check this local repository to see those files that I've committed? You do what? Git what? Log. The git log will tell you, will give you this information. It says the author name was Smart, and his email address. Dates, Wednesday, April 9, by so time. He added file 1 and file 2. So this thing you are seeing here right now is what? Is the commit message. Commit message. Tracking what you are doing. Who did this stuff? When did the person make the change? This is the information. Okay? This is exactly what I put in here. That after you might have committed, you will see the commit information, the commit message. And if you check here well, you also see, like, you can see the commit ID. So which one is the commit ID? Look at it here. This is the commit, and this is the commit ID. This is commit ID, which is different from any other person, right? This is commit ID. We committed it to the master. All right? So this is the commit ID. All right? So we can see this is actually how we put this stuff. I said the first one is what? And if you check here, these guys are now showing this particular stuff. Now, if let's say tomorrow now, or maybe later, I work on this file 2. I add something there, say, just trying to show this workflow. All right. So I just save it. Now, guys, if you check this now, you see that this have been modified. This file have been modified. Look at it, modify. Okay, it have been modified. And now, if I check, if I put on git status, it will show that this file have been modified. Okay, it's a modified. We need to track it now. We need to track it. We need to track it and update it and push it to commits and push it to local repository. If I still add something here, this one will not show modified because we have not tracked it before. Okay, you can see, why do this one still maintain this on track? And why did this one show us modify? Who can tell me? Who can tell me why did this one give us modify and this one showing us on track?
Because file 3 has not been tracked before.
Sorry?
File 3 has not been tracked before.
Good. It have not been tracked before. It have not been tracked before. If you check this one, I will just add dots. See, I'll just add dots, only dots. Dots. It have changed to modify. Okay? Please pay attention. I'm not expecting you to be doing what I'm working. Don't do so. You can just understand what I mean. We are doing. Okay. Later you can work on it. Git status will show us that these two files have been modified. Let me create another file again called file 4. File 4 now. Smart is working. Can see it's showing on track, on track. Git status. It's showing now. Two files are showing here on track. Why two files are showing modified? So which means I have to, for me to track everything, what do I need to do? I do git what? Init git what? Add dot. This git add dot is going to capture everything. I hit to enter. I've tracked the whole file. Now, if you check all of them here, check them here. They will change here. They will change. They will change. So I do git status. Sorry. Git status. You can see that all of them have been tracked. So now I need to move them to where? To local repository. Git commit -m. I put the message. Message will be what? 2 files modified. And the 2 other files are new. Can you see? I'm just giving message so that people understand what I'm doing. Can see that we have done this, right? Now, if I check my track, my local repository, now let me check local repository. How do I do to check my local repository? I type git log. Guys, pay attention now. If you see this one was the first one I did, which one did I do first? Who can tell me the first one that I did? Which one did I do first? The first commit. Between this 1 and 2, which one is the first commit I did?
Down one. The 2.
The one with master.
Good.
The 2.
The 2, which is this one, is the first one that I did. You can see the commit message and you can see the time. This is the time. Now, this is the time, 48:22. And here is what? 54:58. And you can see this is very, very important. This is very, very important to tell us what you are really doing. And guys, this message, I will show you how powerful this thing is, because you can use it to track what you are doing, what you did. Okay? Now, guys, now we have done this now. The next thing is for us to push this to our public repository. How do we push this to our public repository, guys? Because we have finished all the steps. The next line of action now is to push it to our public repository. That is where we now move into our GitHub. Okay? That's where we now get into what? The GitHub. So first of all, let us look at what GitHub is all about. Okay, let's look at what? Public repository. So what is remote repository? When you talk about remote repository, you look at what? Distributed version control system, which is the DVCS, which is a remote repository. The remote repository are versions of your projects that are hosted on the internet or network somewhere. So what is DVCS? A distribution version control system, which is a peer-to-peer type of version control system where the complete code base, including its full version history, is mirrored on every developer's computer. Right? So let us look at some of the list of DVC. We have what called the GitHub is one of them. We have GitLab. GitLab is one of them. We have Azure Repo. Azure Repo is one of them. AWS Repo is one of them. Google GCP Repo is one of them. We have Bitbucket is one of them, right? So these are the possible version distributed version control system you can use. But the most popular ones is what? GitHub. This is now owned by Microsoft, GitHub. Okay, so this is also owned by Microsoft. This is owned by Google, while this is owned by Azure. Now, how do we create our GitHub? How do we create GitHub? Okay, for us to create GitHub, I'll just open our browser so that we can just go and look at it. How do you create GitHub? You go to our GitHub page. GitHub. Okay. You will see something like this. To show you something like this, you click on create accounts, or possibly go to github.com. Something like this to show you something like this, all right? This is GitHub. Now, if you want to check for Bitbucket, this is Bitbucket for you. This is Bitbucket, okay? Then what about GitLab? GitLab, this is GitLab for you, okay? This is GitLab, okay? Now, what about Azure DevOps? Azure DevOps, that is where you can see Azure Repo. Azure DevOps, that's where you can see Azure Repo. This stuff I'm telling you now, these are the tools we use for our DevOps project. Can we see here Azure Repo? Because it is one of the tools you can see in Azure DevOps. Like you can see that this is an Azure DevOps. And in Azure DevOps, we have some of the tools. One of them is the Azure Board. Another one is Azure Pipeline, Azure Test Plan, Azure Repo, Azure Artifacts. But the one I'm talking about right now is Azure Repo. So in this today work, I'm going to be showing you two stuff first we're going to be creating, later you can go and explore these two stuffs, but I'll just touch a little about this Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps is quite different, totally different from Azure Cloud. Please don't put both of them together. They are not together. Azure DevOps is mostly for DevOps engineers. Are we hearing me? Azure DevOps is different from DevOps. I mean, different from Azure Cloud. It is not, so it is used for plan smarter, collaborate with better stuff, ship faster with set of modern dev services. If you want to start, you click here, you start. Want to start, you click on start, try for free. It will take you where you can sign up for Azure DevOps. If you already have an account, you can go and sign up. Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps, you can create an account. Or let me go there. Okay, I have to use a different stuff here. This guy logged in already. Let me use incognito. Azure DevOps. It will take you to this place. You can sign in. You can get started with Azure. You can sign in. You can accept this. You can sign in. Okay. So this is taking us to Azure account. Okay. Okay, let us go first for GitHub first. GitHub. I will go on GitHub. Let us create a GitHub account, which is going to be easier for you to understand first. I would like somebody to give me his email address. You can use that to set it up. We click on setup, and it's asking us for email account. So please, somebody should give me his own email account immediately. Fast finger. Fast finger, fast finger, fast finger, fast finger, fast finger. I guess today is March. Most people prioritize March. Please, somebody should give me his own email address. All right. Thank you. Okay, I'm using this person. Oh, man. No. Okay, yes. Let me use this person that chatted me direct. I think that would be easier for me. Charles. Okay, put password. So give me your password you want to use. Give me the password you want to use, please. Fast, 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 fast. Thank you. And I presume your first name is Charles? Okay. Okay. Charles, right? Charles Okafor. So we are just using username. You say username. So you can put it to be this your stuff here. You can just put it there so you don't forget it. This should be your username. Okay. So Okay, select your country. Nigeria. Receive occasional, blah, 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 blah. No, I don't need it. So you're trying to verify your account. They'll put a virtual proxy and they say you should select this. She's facing this way. Perfect. Perfect. Submit. Done. So guys, we are creating account. So check your code and send the code to me, please, fast. There's a code they sent to you. Send it to me fast, please. All right, thank you. Okay, I'm trying to log in now. So we put your information. Let's log into your. That your email address or your username. Then your password. So we sign in. So guys, we just logged into the account. And then this is this guy's account. Please drop your picture to me, something like a passport, so we can customize your account. So immediately you finish this stuff, the first thing you need to go and do is to check your profile, where you can customize your profile, okay? Customize your profile. You check here, there's no commit history, nothing. If I check my own, say Smart Cloud 2022. This is, sorry, GitHub/Smart Cloud 2023. Let me check. Is this one? Good. So if you check here, guys, you can see this is my information. You need to find a very nice picture, right? This one like this. Then you need to, anything you are going to be doing right now, you will see all the contribution that we're going to be doing here. We will see as we are going to be pushing to the repository, we'll be seeing the contribution it's going to be showing here. Especially, you need to modify your information, put your information about you, okay? Where you are working, your website, the website of a company, your LinkedIn profile, all need to be there. You edit it, put your full name, right? This one, we have this person to be Charles, okay? Put your full name, Charles Okafor. Then Charles Okafor, later you now customize your profile, your bio, right? Combine all what you have been learning so far, put them here. Your pronoun, he and him, the company you're working with, the location, your social media handle, your website, your email address. You save. You want to customize your profile? So you change this, click on it. It will take you to this point. You have to edit it here, upload picture. Let me upload this picture this guy dropped for me. Save as. Put it at download. Charles. Okafor. Okay, let's go to download. Look at it here. Charles Okafor, open it. So it's trying to upload. So we can see it here. Right, so you have to position the camera, the picture well. Save. That is Charles for you. You come down up to this one, update profile. And then you go back, view your profile. So wait a little, it will propagate. Wait a little, it will propagate. So when you are finished doing this part, okay, then you can ask people to follow you. Okay, you need to like make friends. They need to follow you, you follow them, but I'll show you how that will work. So when you have finished this part, you can create your repository. This is where you can see your repo. You can see some projects you're working at. You can see your package. You can see your star. Maybe somebody review your work and say, wow, this is a nice work. He give you a star. Okay. Charles, you can even look at somebody's work and you can fork somebody's repository to become yours. Let's say you get to my work, you saw my repositories. Look at this new vector I work on. Look at this smart calculator. Look at this Python stuff. Look at this key vault. Look at this Terraform AWS AKS. You say, oh, this is going to be nice. You say, this is smart work. You go here and you fork it. So you're forking it now. It will now become part of your, it will now become your work. Okay. So this is how you can copy somebody's work. But for you to copy somebody's work, it needs to be what? It will be a public repository. Now, if I come here before, you see that just do not have any repository at all. Or if I refresh now, you see that I have one repository. This is a repository you just forked from who? Where did he fork it from?
Smart Cloud.
Perfect. It is now his own. So anybody that's going to be forking it from him, right? It should be showing that it's coming from who? From Charles. Now, if a recruiter wants to reach out to Charles, the recruiter needs this information. The recruiter needs this information and paste it, and that's the recruiter, how the recruiter will see the person. Are we there? Now, did this guy have any contribution already? It says two contribution. Look at it here. This is just what he did now. What did he do? He just forked a repository. He created one repository. That's actually what we are seeing, that green. Can we see this green here?
Yes.
Can we see the green here?
Yes.
Tomorrow now, if you walk now, this is how it's going to be showing here. Like what you did, saw my own too. Everything is going to be tabling here, right? You see everything showing us what it's doing, what this guy was doing. All this while. So you can see now it's just one repository you have here. Okay, let us go back to, let's go back to start this place. Let's create a repository. So this repository is a new repository. We're going to make it a public repository. We're going to call it our site. Okay, I'm calling it sites, site projects. Let me just call it sites. We have public repository and we have private repository. So what is the difference between both two? On your remote repository, you have remote repository. Under remote, you have public and you have private. Private is your private information, your code that need to be private. Like you are working in a project, but that project is a private project. If you leave it open, people will going to do what? Steal it and run it before you. But if you have a work, you need people to contribute, you need to share it to the general public, make it open source. That is why you're going to do it what? Public. Any open source code needs to be what? Public. But any closed source or licensed applications need to be what? Private. Are we getting it? Do we get it?
Yes.
So we are creating a public repository. So we put the name, we create it. That's all. That's how we create repository. Now, if you check here now, they're asking us, these are the Git commands we need to do for us to be able to clone it, right? Look at it. Git. Say Git init, Git add, Git commit, Git branch, and Git remote add, so that when we push it, when we push our code, it will go here. Okay? This is what they're telling us to do. So how do we do it now? We'll bring our repository. We'll bring our repository. Remember that we have already done some work here, right? What are those things that we did? What are those things? Git, oh man. Okay, so what are the things we did here? We did Git init. So, okay, let us say Git log to see all the things we have done, right? Guys, I will show you something now. You know that the person that did this stuff is who? The person that did this stuff is who? Smart, right? And you see what will happen. If I push this thing to this guy's information, this guy's folder, this guy's repository, it will, instead, this is Charles stuff, right? It will be showing Smart. Okay, let's push it. I know who's made the change. Now, I need to push this thing now to the repository. What do? I need to see what they asked me to do. They asked me to do Git what? They asked me to do Git init, which I've done already, right? Git add, which is for staging. I've staged it already. Git commit, which is to commit it. I've committed it already. So I'm going to start from here. So Git branch is going to change this branch because the default branch before Git or GitHub is accepting master, right? But now they have changed their default branch to be what? Main. So we are going to change this particular branch from master to main. So we are going to change it to a type what? Git branch, capital M, main. So we are changing this to main. That's what this thing is showing us, changing this master to main. Because why are we changing it? Because we are pushing it to where? GitHub. Then Git what? Remote add origin https://github.com/who/Charles. Okay, /ch Charles Sokafo /sites.git. This is where we need to push this stuff to, right? Enter. Then when I do what? Git what? Push -u origin main. Okay? So we are pushing it now to this particular main. When we push it now, it will want us to log in. It will prompt us to log in to Charles before we can push it. Okay? So it's trying to bring this stuff. Let me check it. Okay, sweet here. Good. You can see it's showing us here, showing us this stuff that we need to authenticate, log in so that we can push this stuff. Now, if I check here, I don't have these guys here, right? So what I need to do is to add an account. It's showing like this. I need to add an account, right? Say log in with a code or sign in with a browser. Okay? Or it say get a token. a personal access token. I may use personal access token to authenticate right now. How do I make use of token? I can just go to Charles account like this to generate a token. You see Charles, come down to settings, right click and open in another different tab like this. Charts will show like this. This page will open, which is your profile page. You come down to where you see developer settings. Developer setting. Under developer setting, you click on it. You will see where they say access token. Don't rush. Click on it and come down to what? Token classic. Under token classic, you see here, you click there, token, generate token classic, which is this one, not the fine grain. Put the name of the token. I'm going to say, just name it something, anything. Best token. Just put like this. The token expiration, how many months will this stay? 30 days, or custom day, or no expiration, anyhow I want it. You can give permission. Repo permission, it's going to use for checking status, deploy repo, public repo, and then security event. Put this one. If you want to use it for Git action, which you are going to come later, you can enable it for Git action. But for now, we are not using for Git action. These are the permission you need alone. Then you come down and you create the token. And here is your token, okay? You will copy it. Let's head back to the login that is requested for the token. We paste it. And we sign in. Guys, now that we sign in, remember that I wanted to push, right? Wanted to push, I've not pushed it yet. It is asking us to sign in. Immediately we sign in, it will push it. And right now you can see that it has been pushed already. Look at it. We have pushed it already. How can we confirm? This is your repo, right? Now, guys, when you created an empty repository, this is what you will show. So when you see something like this, it's an empty repository. But when you have finally pushed it, refresh it, you will see what you have pushed already. Refresh. You can see the file that we pushed already. Can we see the files that we pushed? Can we all see the files that we pushed already? Can we see the file we pushed already? Hello, can we hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can see it.
Good. So now, if you check here, I'm still going to repeat to create another file again and still push again, okay? Now, if you check here, the minute you consider to see, you will now see something here. Look at this. You will see that we have the person that pushed this stuff is who? Who pushed this stuff?
Smart.
Who made this stuff? Good, Smart made this stuff. Smart. So if you try to check the commit history, can you see commit history? You click on it. You see that there are 2 commit messages we did. The first commit message was added what?
File 1 and
File 1 and file 2.
File 2. And the second one is what?
Modify
modify
and 2 file and a new.
Exactly. Now let's go back to our work again and start adding. We'll add file 6 and file 7 now. File 5 and file 7. File 5, we've added another file, file 5, and we're going to call it what? New file 5 added, right? So I'm going to add file 6 now. File 6, right? New file 6 added, okay? So you see that I've added these 2 files. Let's click here to go back to the main repository. This is the file now. You can see we have only what? File 1 and file 2. Okay. Now, guys, like I said, don't make mistake of using somebody's identity to push into your code. Because this guy now, he used who? Whose information pushed this information? Git
Smart.
Smart.
log shows that the person that did this stuff was smart. It's wrong. Okay, so for us, okay, this is information about this particular repository. Now, if we check here, you will see the remote place we are sending that information. I want to check to see if I can see. Good, look at this. Look at this person. Can we see this? The person that did this stuff, his name is what? Smart, and his username is this. So we need to change this thing. We need to change it. Like for how do you check those to get information about that what? Git config list. To see the list of what the configuration. Look at this, you're capturing what? Who made these changes for this and this person. So we need to change this guy using, we need to change this person's information. How do we change it? So that we now know that anytime we are doing something here, we know that it's Charles that is doing it, right? That was git config, right? User.name. User.name is who? Username is what? What's the username of this person?
Charles Okafor.
Charles Okafor.
Yes. So for you to do that, use exactly the username he used on his repository, okay? You enter, you save it. Second is what? User.what? Email. You put his email address. So what's his email address? Charles Okafor. Charles this. So let's confirm if this have been edited. Git config list. If you check now, you can see, oh, it have not reflected yet. Okay, I think if we push it now, it will reflect. Okay, guys, let us now, we've seen that Charles is now the one that is working, right? Let's do what? Git add or git status. Git status, we see that we have 2 files untracked. So we need to untrack, we need to track it and commit it and push. Git add, we are trying to track it now, add everything, right? Git status, we've tracked it, right? Then let's git commit -m. Put the message should be what? Added file 5 and file 6. Then the next thing is now to push it, right? But let's check the git log. The git log, we can see that the first one was done by who? Smart. That's the first. Second was also done by who? Smart. Second. Now third, guys, who did this third now? Is who? Is
Charles.
Charles did the one, right? Because we have changed Charles' identity. Now let's now do what? Git push origin main. We are pushing it now to Git. And because we have already done this, we are still going to ask us to log in, okay? And remember that Charles have been authenticated before. So you have to log in as Charles. Click it here and then continue. Then it will now push to Charles environment. Can you see? Pushed. We are pushed already. So now let's go and check. Before we saw that we have 4 files. Now refresh it. We'll see 5 and 6. And who is here now?
Charles.
Charles is the one that pushed this file. And you can see these are the 2 files added now with the commit message. Then for also track the progress of the file to track it. We can check the commit message. We now have 3 commit messages, right? And the first was done, the 2 other ones was done by Smart, but the other 3rd one was done by who? By Charles.
Charles.
Okay. Now, let us go to the recruiters page. This is the recruiters page, right? Let's refresh this guy. Let's refresh Charles and see recruiters page. Or then the Charles homepage. You can literally see that Charles was doing a lot. 4 commit message on today. Only 4 commits, 4 contributions. And we can see it here on this particular project. Look at it here. So we can expand it and see what was, okay, we can expand it. Sometimes I think we can also click it as well to see the file he was doing and who did that commit. Who is accessing this file now? Who is accessing this page? Who is accessing this page now? The
Recruiter.
Good. He's clicking on this and seeing the commit history. Can you see? Which day did they commit this stuff? Wow, that's nice. That's exactly what I was telling you. Right? Like my one, it's Smart Cloud 2022, 2023. So if you see here, you can see my work, then let's assume you want to check any of my commit history, the one I did last. This one, click on it. You will come here and see the person that did the work last. And what's the commit history? This commit history, what's the message? This is the message. If you still want to check this work, you still want to get more information on what did he really do? What did he really do? Right? So because you see the commit message, right? But what did he do on this message? You click on it, you will see what this guy did. He added 2 files, file 1 and file 2. What are the contents in that file 1 and file 5 and file 6? File 5 and file 6, you can see what was inside that work. Can we see it? New file 5 added. The other file 6 is where new file 6 added. Can we see that we can track what changes that was made? Do you think we can track it now, everyone? Can we see that we can track it? Hello, can we hear me?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, let us check the one Smart did. You can see that Smart modified, worked on 4 files, 4 changes, right? Before it was this before, he now added dot in it, right? This one was modified. He modified this file. Look at this one as well. Look at this one. He added these 2 other files. This is what we call, this is how we track a file. This is how we track a file in Git. Okay. So we are going to go for break. When we come back for break, we will see how we can integrate Git with we can see how we can integrate Git with Slack so that when we push, we can get notification, okay? That's going to be what we're going to do finally. We'll see how we can integrate Git with Slack so that when Charles pushes a code or pushes his work, other team members will get information that Charles have made a commit. Charles have already pushed information, so we need to get that understanding. We are trying to integrate GitHub with what? Slack notification. I believe most of us know about Slack, right? Slack.
Yes.
Good. We use Slack for messaging, right? So this is an example of a Slack. So that immediately we get a message like a Slack with Git notifications, Git Slack notification. Let's just see how this is an example of what I'm trying to show you here. Immediately Charles pushes a code, okay? You will see something like this. A message will drop on the Slack showing that so push code, and we see Charles icon here, Charles image or Charles icon here, which is his profile ID. That Charles pushed something to this repository. We'll see what did he do, which file he did work on, which branch did he work on. We'll see everything and we're able to track it. Okay, so that is actually what we're coming to do after the break. Okay, let's have our 10 minutes break then. class. Okay, so we talked about the Git integration with Slack. That's actually what we are trying to achieve now. Now, for us to go about creating this so that we can be able to get notification in case chats make any push. Like we know that we have our local system here. This is our local system. Okay. And this is our remote repository, which is GitHub. Right? GitHub. So GitHub is, we now have our Slack channel. And there are some people in there. Some people in there monitoring what we are doing. Maybe our CTO is there. So we need to integrate this to this place so that immediately we push our code, right? Immediately we push our code, he added a new file, he used git push, and push it to local repository. So GitHub should notify the Slack. And Slack should notify all these people here that, right? So Slack have their interface. We have the mobile phone app. You can download it on Google App Store. We have the browser. The same way you have your WhatsApp. That same way we have our Slack. You can download it and run it as an app on your phone. Immediately you get a notification, you will get a notification bell ring on your phone that you have a Slack notification. So you can test it and see how it goes. Okay? This integration is very, very crucial. It's very, very important so that we can use it to track and monitor code, our code development processes, right? And again, for your CI/CD, for your DevOps CI/CD, this is also what we are going to do so that if you make any push and your pipeline is building, your pipeline will also notify you on Slack. So this is not just only for monitoring your code release. You can also monitor your pipeline processes, your build, your processes, your pipeline stages. You can also monitor them. When it failed, you also monitor. When it was successful, you also monitor. But this time, you're going to be monitoring only what Git push, right? Git commits. All our commit messages, we need to get that information. So how do we start? The first line of action is that we need to first create Slack account. We need to do what? Create Slack account. How do we create a Slack account? You come to Slack, right? You come to Slack. So I'm going to be using this guy's information. So you get Slack account. You can see we are trying to start. Get started. So you have to use your email address to log in, or you use your work environment to sign in if your company have already existing Slack accounts. So all you need to put your email address there. You will now sign in. But if you do not have this thing, you can sign in with your own Gmail account, okay? Then you log in. So what is our Gmail account? Let's get this guy's email. What's his email account profile? Gmail. Let's try to see. But they needed you to have a company account to work with, right? So that would be nice if you are using a company account instead of personal. So I'm gonna put this. Oh man. Okay, is this your Gmail account? Yes. Okay, we don't have an account. What is it saying? We don't have this. We want to sign in. Oh man. Sign in with existing workspace. We don't have any workspace. We don't have any workspace. We're supposed to use this email. Create. Okay, let's create a new one. Okay. We are creating a new one, not signing in, creating a new one. So you put your name. Charles. Okafor. Next. Then I put anything. Permit me. Permit me. So we are creating your Gmail account. They are asking for your Gmail. Create a Gmail. Wait, am I creating a new Gmail account? Oh my God. Use the existing one. Oh man. Okay, let me log into your Gmail first. Let's log into your Gmail charts. Put your password. So Charles, this your password is not working. Okay, send me your password. Just send me your Gmail password, please. I think that is the problem. Thank you. Okay, please confirm this. $75. Idea? Okay, thank you. Continue. Cancel. All right, so we are now in your Gmail. So let's go to Slack. Try to register Slack. Get started. We are going with Gmail. Slack, this Charles Okafor. Okay, Charles, so I have 62. 62, Charles. Perfect. Continue. So guys can see what I did. First thing is to, first of all, log into Gmail. Then we can now log into Slack. Charles, it's like you have some workspace already. Do you have some workspace you were integrated to? Yes or no? Have you been using Slack before? So now Charles just logged in. So Charles have to create a new workspace. Charles will click to create a new workspace. Maybe this is what he's going to be working with. To create a new workspace, put the name of the workspace. It's going to call it what? Cloud DevOps. So he creates it. So that is his company or whatever. So this is his name. Next. And then he wants to invite other team members. You can invite them later. You can copy the link and you forward it to them. Let's say you want to invite somebody like Smart. He will send an invite to Smart. Next. What's your team working on right now? You say we are working on a e-commerce, e-com website. That's what you are working on. So you click there. As soon as you chat, say start with free one. Don't pay. Start with this one. Free one. Guys, you just created the Slack. Okay? You created the Slack now. You can see the channel you just created now is the e-commerce site. I just received a notification that somebody is inviting me. So I'll go to my Gmail. And I'll see Slack notification from Slack invites from who? From Charles. And I'll join. I'll use my web browser to sign in instead. I'll put my name so that I can join with him. I accept the invite. No, I want to be here. So you can see that I'm into Charles, right? I say use browser. Let's use browser. Let's continue using browser. I'm inside the stuff now. Let us go back to Charles' place. We can see that we have this person who have joined already. Engineer Smart is here now. Look at me here. I can say, Charles, how are you? Hi, Pa. Hi, guy. Are you working on any project now? I can send to him. Okay. So he sent a message to me. I can come here and I'll see this the chat that Charles sent to me. I can say no for now. I'll ask him, do you have any? Any? I can tag him if I want. I can tag him. Just the same way you work on this thing, I can tag him and send it to him. Then he himself will see the message. Can you see? So we are actually talking. Now chat say, okay, we are working on a project, right? So he have to create a project called what? E-commerce. He create a project called e-commerce. Smart is also there. So who are the members in this e-commerce? Who are the members in this e-commerce? Look at them here.
Charles and Smart.
We can also create a new one. Let's create a new one. I can call it what? Next. What's the name? I can call it my website. Client 1. So your first client, we're going to make it public or private. Can make it private so that it's only 2 of you that are here that will be seeing it. It's strictly on invite. So who are you going to add here? You're going to add Smart. You're adding Smart. And yourself. You are the one that created it, okay? But you're adding another person here, which is Smart. So you guys now are now working on a project. So if Smart will push, Charles will also push. Or Charles will push a code, Smart will go and review it. Smart need to know when Charles pushed the code. What do Charles need to do? Is it that Charles, when he push the code, I'm asking now, is it when Charles will push a code, Charles will go and do screenshot?
No.
Okay, Charles will now go and do, and then do screenshots and say, guy, I just push a code, though. Go and check my code. If you do that, yes, it will work. It will work, but that is not the way. It's not the way. You can see, yes, you can drop a screenshot and send. Smart will check from his own side, and you'll see the screenshot that Charles dropped. Say, guy, this is not the way. The right way. Let's integrate GitHub into this thing. How do we integrate this thing now? We go to what? We come to a point where we see what? App. Look at app here. We have to add apps to this chat, to this Slack. We need to add chat. We need to add what? App. How do we do that? We click what? Add what? App. When you click on add app, all the app will show up here. There are a lot of apps you can add here, guys. There are a lot of apps you can add here. If you want, you can check them, search them here. There are a lot of them here. Look at them. You can add Zoom, you can add Trello, you can add Jira, you can add OneDrive, you can add anything, Outlook, calendar, you can add Gmail, Slack to Gmail, you can add anything at all. So let us look for what? Which one are we interested in? What do we want to add, everyone? What do you want to add here? GitHub. We now search it here, GitHub. Can we see GitHub? It's not the enterprise one. This is a paid one. We are adding this GitHub. Look at it here. We click on add. It will take us to GitHub page. Where add page. It will take us to app page. It will take us to where? App page. It's taking us to app page where we can complete the configuration. So what you need to do is what? Add. Click on add. It's now trying to synchronize both of them together. Can we see? So it says allow. When you click allow, it's now redirecting you back to Slack. No, I don't want to continue here. I want to browse with this thing. It's taking us to the Slack. And when we come here, we now see Git. Before, Git was not here before, okay? Git wasn't here before, but you can see now we have added Git. This is Git. Git is now what? It's now app that is going to be doing something for us. The next thing we need to do is to connect Git to our GitHub account. We click there, it will take us to connect to Git account. We click to connect, authorize. Then this is the code it's asking us to enter. We need to copy the code. We come here and enter the code, right? And then we say submit. So we can see now that we are connected to Git with Slack. Okay? We have connected Git with Slack. It doesn't end there. So this means that our Git hub and Slack is now connected. Okay? We have completed the first stage. How did we do this? The first thing is what? To create a Slack account and invite people that you want to be with you on the project. That's the first thing we did. After that, what next? We now added Slack. We now added Git app into Slack by clicking on add app. By clicking on what? Add app. We select the app we want to add. After that, we now connected it by connecting, because when you try to connect to Git account, it will ask us to enter a code. It will generate a code and ask us to enter the code so that it will not complete the authentication. We enter the code, it's now connected. This is to show that GitHub is now in Git app. Our Git accounts have been synchronized with the Slack. Now, what is the project name again we are working on? What's the name of the project we are working on? What's the name of the Slack, of the channel we are working on? I think all these things, let me check the home.
Cloud DevOps.
Cloud DevOps, is that this project? No, I thought I brought a project. A channel, I mean. There is a channel I was working on.
E-commerce something.
Yes, I'm actually looking for it. Channels, browse for channels. Oh, it's not giving me any channel. That channel okay, so let's just go back. I can't see the channel. Okay, let's create a new channel. Add channel. Oh, let me browse channel. Let me see. Add channel, browse channel. I don't have them here. Activity. The only activity we can, okay. Let me start by creating a new channel. I can't see those. Okay, they are private. Oh, man. And this is app silent. They are private, I remember. So let me create a new channel. Create a new channel. So I'm going to make it web client 1. Web client 1. So I've just created a new channel called web client 1. So it's under this member, all member in this specific people, I just say specific people, and then add smart, engineer smart. Okay, guys, you can see that how many users do we have here? We have 2 persons, right? That's the 2 persons that are in this Slack. Then, but we want to use this thing to capture. We are not typing. We are just going to use this thing to monitor the Git action, our repository. But in the normal way, actually. So this is the repository we are interested in. Let's check Charles repo. This is the repository we are interested in, right? This is the repository. So we can name that Slack channel as the repo. We can just name it Git repo _ site. Okay, that's the, you can just name it. Who is this person drawing? Please, Juliet. You can name it that way, or you can still leave it that way, no problem. So when you have already created it and you want to add, you need to add Git app to this Slack, to this channel. You need to add this app to this channel, right? Now you have added smarts, and this person is for them to be seeing what is going to be committing, but we need to invite this person into this place. Okay, how do we do that? We type what? At Git. Look at it, Git app. At Git app here. You click what? Enter. Add to this channel. Add it here. So Git is here now. Look at it. Git was added to this channel. We check help. If you check help, you'll see information that Git is telling us because I've added Git to this channel, okay? We added Git to this channel. We added Git to this channel. Before was we invited Git to this particular account, this channel account, right? This Slack account. Now we created a channel, a private channel. We invited Git into the private channel. Now we want to start monitoring. A particular repository, which is this particular repo. What is the command to do this monitoring? Okay, what is this command? Okay, look at this. Let me bring this stuff here and show you. Now, if you go to our Slack, you will see when we added the Git, there is something we see as what? Help. Under the help, we click on Git, on this help, it shows us something, things like this. Now, for us to add a repository, we can put what? Subscribe to repo. And it's showing us some code like this, subscribe to repo. We copy it like this. I'll just show you. I'll bring my notepad and put that code I just copied, which is subscribe to repo. If you check on this subscribe to repo, okay, you'll see this is subscribe to repo. So who is this owner? Let me double click, copy this, bring it down again. So I'll just show you. Who is this owner? Owner is the name of the person who owns the repository. In this case is who? The name of the person that owns the repo is Charles, which is this. Charles, right? That is the name, the person that owns it. The owner is Charles. And which repo are we working on? Which repo? The repo is what? Site. We put what? Site. After that, what are we actually going to monitor? What are we going to get? We're going to put all the commit messages, commits. All our commits, all the whole commits, put asterisk. Can you see all the whole commits? Put asterisk, mean every branch, all the branches in this particular repo. We are going to be getting information about them. If anybody creates a new branch and push to it, we're going to get information about it. We will copy it. We go to our Slack and then paste it here like this. We paste it. Enter. You can see that this happened. It's showing that this, a minute, please. Okay. Install the app have been installed. Allowed. Okay, allowed. Okay, we are trying to install it inside the repository. Yes, we have done this already before now. Just trying to synchronize that. I've done this already before now. It's trying to use my own application. We have installed it already. Okay, this is saying, yes, it's only visible to you. So successfully, the app is installed. Subscribe to this channel. This channel will be receiving notification. If you want to show more, we can get more information about it. So the app have been, if you check here now, you can see that it's telling us that this success, the app is installed. Then we can see subscribe to this guy, the channel will receive notification from this. So we see that this have been confirmed. What we did, we type this and then paste it. If it did not show this thing like this, especially for private repositories, you need to click install so that you can synchronize. Okay. When we have finished this thing out, guys, we can start to create, go to our repository, our file, and try to do some things and see how we can get notification. Let us create the seventh file. Seventh file, file 7. File 7. We are creating file 7 now, guys. We are creating file 7, and we are going to say we are testing some code. We are testing some code. Okay? We are testing some code. Then now, we'll do what? We'll do our normal Git operations. Our normal Git operations, right? And then we'll time and see when we are going to get alert. Git commit, git add dot, we added everything. Git commit -m, put message, added what? File 7. Good message. And we need to check it now. Git log. We see that this message is what? The last message is what? Chas added slide 7. Then we need to push it now. Let's push it now and see what happens. Git push origin man. So for us to push it, remember that we need to log in as well. We need to connect. We need to connect. We need to connect to chats, right? And then we'll push. Guys, we are pushing now. So when we pushed, can we see that Git have notified us right now? Can we see that Git have notified us, everyone? Can we see Git? What's the commit message? Who can tell me what's the commit message here? Are we
One new
hearing me?
commit push to
By Charles Okafor.
Good. Charles Okafor was the person that did this stuff. And then who was the commit message? Can we see the reason for commit message, right? Which is what?
Added 57.
Added 57. And then finally, what next? We can see the repository he worked on, which is this one. Guy, what can we really do here from here now? We have gotten this. So if Smart is here, Smart can actually see what happened, right? Because how many persons can see what is happening here now? Two
Just
persons,
2.
right? 2 of them. Let's see this thing from Smart's point of view. Smart will open his own. Can Smart literally see what's happening? Can see this and see, wow, okay, that's nice. Somebody did something. All right, somebody did something. Can Smart also click on this commit message and go and view it? Yes, you can literally go here, click here, and go and view that thing by clicking on what? One new message, one new commit. You click on it, it will take you straight to the website. Can we see it here? Can we see it now? It takes you straight to that place. So you can literally see what he did. This person did what? We added, we are testing some code. Can you see? Smart will see what this guy did by just clicking here. Can we see how we can easily monitor what is going on? Let us also create another file. Or maybe I want to delete all these files. Okay. I want to delete all these files. Let's say and leave only, I'll delete every file, right click and delete. So all these files have been deleted. I'll create a new file called index.html and then create a file. How are you? And save it. So let's see what status. Git status. See that all these files are showing what? Deleted, and one file is showing what? Added. So let me start, track it, git added.all, git commit. Then I'll now put a message, all files from file 1 to 7 deleted, and a new file named what? Named what? Index.what? Index.what? HTML was added. To stop. So this is my commit message, okay? I've added it. Can we check my log? Git log. Git log is saying what? This is the message that they are going to capture, that Slack is going to show. And also show the commit ID. The last 4 bit, or the last 6 bit of this commit message. Now, let's try to push it now. Git push origin man. We are pushing it now. Remember that it needs to ask us to log in for us to push. It's pushing to connect and connect. Push. Let's see. The message is saying here, can we see it here? The message, all 5 from 1 to 7 deleted, and a new file named index was what? Added. Can we literally verify it? Yes. By clicking here, we go and verify that this is what actually happened. Can see that these files were deleted. A new file was added. All this file was deleted. File 1 was deleted, 2, 3, 4, 5 was deleted. Can we literally go and see it on the site? You can see that inside that repository, no other file is there, but only what? File what? Only what? Only what is there?
Index HTML.
Index HTML. And you can literally open it and see what is inside the index.html. You can see it. Okay. Now, finally, before I start, Chini, how many minutes do we still have? We still have time. Okay. Now you can see. Now, what I need to show you now is this. I need to show you one more thing. You can click on Insight to check how many commit messages that we have had so far. Commit message. I think you can see that commit under the Insight. To give you the commits. Today is Wednesday, and we have done 5 commits so far. We have done 5 commits so far. And you can see this commits message. And when we are working the next day, it will still be showing us who are the contributors. You click on the contributors, we see people that have been contributing on this project. The first person that have been contributing is what? Charles. Charles contributed to this project, and he committed 3 out of the whole 5. He did 3 commits. Are we seeing the whole thing? If there's any other person that is in this project, we are also going to see that. Okay. So that is about how we can literally see our progress. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is, because this Git of a thing you see that Charles was doing is on his personal account. It's not an organizational account. It's his personal account. Okay, his personal account. So you may be onboarded to a particular company, and then you need to set up their organizational account, like your organizational account. How do you go about it? Like you can see that this is Charles project, and see Charles account. Under Charles account, you can see you have only 2 repositories. Okay, under 2 repository now, Charles I need to work on a company. Just sign up with a new company called who? Called what? Maybe called Digital Witch or thereabout. So he may need to work with them on a particular project. So the company may try to invite him to join the organization. Let's say, what is his email address? Let's take this email address. We want to go and invite John. But before we invite John, let's see how John can create a new organization if the organization is not existing. You will come here, you go to your organization. You come here and see the organization. You say, go to new organization. Can we see new organization? You click on new organization. You need to create a new organization. So when trying to create a new organization, you can start 0, or you can start with $4 per month for each user, $21 per user, depending on what you guys need. And later you check all these features that each of them have. You know what, if it's something you need to go for. If it's not something you need to go for, please create a free organization. Okay? Under the free organization, put the name of your organization. So the name of the organization is Okafor. Okafor Tech. Okay? So the email contacts, which is the owner of the person, is this. Is it for business or for institutes? So it's for business. The name of business or institute this organization belongs to. You can just put it OK for something like this. Okay, verify the, like what we did the other time. Verify it and submit. Then you go there. Do you want to get add-ons? No, just click here and say next. Guys, we just created an organization now. This is our organization called what? Okafor Tech. So we can complete the setup. Complete the setup, you need to invite people. Let's say invite Smart. Smart OB, right? You can see Smart. I have 3 accounts: Smart OB, Smart this, and Smart this. Okay, now let me leave it. Now let's say we complete this setup, skip this one. Later we'll come to it. When you come to organization, you can't just add people anyhow, right? You need to first of all create what? Teams. You need to create teams and create new team. Let's say the first team you're going to be creating is what? DevOps. DevOps teams, right? And DevOps teams, you can put what they're going to do. This team will manage the CI/CD pipelines. Okay? Pipelines. All right, so we now have to do what? Visible is going to be visible. Yes, it's going to be visible, or it's going to be secret. Secret means a secret team can only be seen by each member and may not be nested. Let's say visible. Do we need to enable team notification? Yes. Create the team. And that team, so the person that created the team is the team, it's the team, is a member of the team. Let's go back again to teams and create another team again. We call this team now Cloud Engineers. Cloud. Or let's say backend. Backend team. Then you make it visible, perfect, better. Oh man. Okay, we have backend, so now let us create front end. Front end team. We create front end. You can still create another one for UI/UX if you want. Now let us say under DevOps team, we have under DevOps team, who is this person, please? Can you stop drawing this thing? Under DevOps teams, we can put a nested team under DevOps team, like cloud engineer, cloud team, cloud team. You can put cloud team, see parent team, can come here and select under what? DevOps. Great. Confirm. So you see that this one now should be under DevOps team. Cloud team is under DevOps team. Under DevOps team, we have one group, one team called Cloud. When you have done with all these things, then you now have to invite people. Here is people you have. Only person that we have here now is this person. We start inviting people. Okay. You click here to invite somebody, you type the person's name. His name is Smart Cloud. Or let's say Smart Cloud 2023, which is this. And you will invite me. It's going to be a member or the owner. If you want me to be owner of this thing, you make me, or make me just a member. Which group do you want to put me in? Add me into a DevOps team. You send me an invite. And the invitation, you can see if I will be under what? Under invitation. And if I have accepted the invitation, I'll be moved into member. Okay. Now let me go. I've received already email. Let me go and check my email. Right now, you can see there is an invite here. Oh man, not this one. Oh man. Okay. I'm supposed to get an invite, but let me check here under my repository. I'm supposed to get under notification. Look at notification here. Under notification, I'm supposed to get a notification that somebody sent a notification to me. Oh man. I need to get it from my email, literally. I need to get it from my email. Okay. Okay, sorry. This is my work email. This is my work. I got email from my work email, right? I got notification from my work email. Yes, it's from my work email. Just give the screenshot and show you. Because that stuff is integrated into my work, right? It's integrated into my, I'm not using this email for it. I'll show you now. Let me capture it from my work stuff. Okay, guys, look at it. You can see it's showing here. Charles has invited you to join organization name CAP, right? Because it's my work email that integrated that stuff. So I'll just click on. Let me also screenshot this thing well so you can see it very well. Okay, guys, look at it. So this is how it is. So you see something like this. So I'm going to click on join Okafor. So I click join. If I click join, so this is what I will see. When I click join, I will see something like this. And I say what? Join. If I want to declare, I don't want to join him, I just declare. Okay, let's go to join now and see. And if you check here now, I refresh here, you see that I've changed here. We have 2 persons now. So these are the 2 people here. Now, if I create a repository now, I can create a repository. For this repository now, it's going to be for organizational own. Say website. Okay. It's going to be public, and then I'll create it. Okay, guys, this is how we create our repository. We created a repository now called website. I see that if this repository shows here, is only those persons that will have access to it. Okay, you can see 4 teams, 2 people, 1 repository. So this is an organizational repository. Okay, and the person here is this. So this is actually how we create, right? We create what? We create a repository. And you can see this is the owner, the company that this guy owns, right? So this is actually how we can be able to create an organizational repository. Okay, so now I would like to start receiving questions because we have ended today's section. I need to start receiving questions while I show you guys how we can be invited to another organization. So if I have an organization, another organization that want to invite him, let's say that this is an organization we have, GitHub. I will log in to this GitHub account for Digital Witch GitHub account. Where is my phone? Let me authenticate to this. Oh man, where is my phone? Okay, please let us start receiving our question. Chini, please.
All right. So if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat. Then the co-host can answer their question.
Okay, I'm here. Just a quick one. Hello, can you hear
Yes,
me?
I'm here. I'm hearing you. Go ahead, please.
Sorry, I don't want to go out of the scope, but it's like what you want to do. Wanted to answer my first question. I don't know if I can go ahead. Like, I have a friend who went for an interview on Monday. Like, I was trying to ask him, how was it? So I think they asked him 2 questions on GitHub. Like, he said that one of the questions they asked him in GitHub was, how can he manage multiple repository? Like, if he wants to centralize all his workflow in one file, that how can he manage multiple repository using a repeatable, usable workflow in GitHub Action? So I was telling him that I don't know if that when I come to the class, we are still on the gig. So I don't know if we can
Okay.
help to clarify
Okay,
that.
your question is actually talking about how can we manage, but that question will be answered on Saturday because we're going to be looking at Git action, okay, by Saturday. We're going to focus on Git action on Saturday and see how we can automate things, automate our deployment, CI/CD pipeline. Okay, Git action is all about CI/CD pipeline, right? So, but today's section is all talking about Git and GitHub operations, GitHub operation, organization account, and the Slack integration. Okay, it's not about CI/CD pipeline because that question is a CI/CD pipeline question. Okay, I will answer that on Saturday, and possibly after Saturday class, you may not even ask it again.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Please, another question.
Engineer Ben, you can ask your question. Please, you guys can start dropping your question in the chat if you are not a co-host. All right, Engineer
Okay,
Ben.
thank you. All right, thank you, Trini. Thank you, Engineer Smart. I was actually looking forward to see where you would teach us how we can collaborate on GitHub. You've showed us how the person can send this thing stuff to another person, but you didn't tell me how the 2 of them can collaborate on one code or one project and then make their inputs. And then if you look at it, you see, okay, this input is coming from this person, this input is coming from this person. I only saw input coming from Charles. I didn't quite see input coming from Engineer Smart.
Okay, thank you very much for that, question. So you can see definitely literally from our organization that this guy have already brought somebody, right? And then in the organization, you can see that they have 1 repository here, and 2 persons are already on this stuff, right? So the repository can be cloned. Charles is already, let's say Charles is working. Okay, let's say Charles is going to be creating a new repository right now and pushing his code to this particular stuff. Do you understand? That's the first level. Let's say this is a project right now. Inside this stuff, we have this project. And this project now, we can name another folder. Sorry. You can create another folder for that collaboration you're talking about, right? You can create a new folder like this, right? So where we can put this stuff, you name it web sites -01, okay, website -01, you open it. So here you have to open this stuff with your Git, your what again? Open it your VS Code. Okay. Normal way we did. We open it our VS Code, this, okay. So now you've seen it open, right? Like this is a new stuff from beginning. It's a new stuff altogether. Okay. All what we did, all the whole process we did and all that, we just can start adding files. File 1, file 01, you put the file, say smart is working, and then you, okay, let me bring this one down. You can see what we did. Go to your terminal, you bring terminal up. You think your bash script, bash terminal, so that you can start to push a code into the repository, right? First is what, according to what they tell you here, look at it here, what they're saying here, git init, which you have initialized, then git commit, git add, you put git add, but you need to register yourself. The person doing this work is git config, username. User's name is what? Is the name of the person working on this project, which is Charles, right? Which is Charles. Charles is working on this, so you need to register his name and paste it. So what about the email address? The email address should be charles@gmail.com. Right? Then commit. Who is that person? Who is that person? Who is that person? Update files. Then you need to do what? Add your change the branch to main. Git branch minus M, capital M, main. But you now need to do what? Add the remote and push it. Sorry, I did it repeatedly. Okay. I think I repeated it. Okay, so you are trying to add it. Then you now have to push origin main. You need to authenticate. Like what we saw, you need to authenticate you. Since we have already authenticated to Charles' account, so we don't need just to select Charles. I will continue. It will be pushed to Charles. I'll refresh this. And you refresh it. Like what we say, you can now integrate it to Slack. So I will not do that part. You can integrate it to Slack. But here now, the person that did this stuff is Charles. The Smart can also do his own. But I cannot do Smart on this phone, on this laptop. But all I'm going to do is that I'm going to create file 2. File 02. Let's assume that the Smart that is working on file 02 is list system. Smart just committed. Right? So what is Smart's name? So looking at the persons in this, where's your organization again? Teams. Sorry, not team, people. Under people, we have this guy. This guy, what's his name? We check him, is his email address. What is his email address? I don't know if Smart have his email address here. But we can literally use his name. You can just say Smart will just clone the repository to his own laptop. How will he do it? Let's say this is the project. Where is that repository you're working on the organization? So what Smart will do to work on this project is that Smart will have to come to that repository that they are working on. Look at it here. Smart will go and clone, because Smart is not the one that created it. Smart is not the one that created it, right? He just inherited it. So he needs to go and clone it. Click to clone. So let's assume I don't have any Ubuntu system here that is free. Actually, I've used another computer to log in. But I'll try to use another terminal. I'll create another terminal here. Git. Let's save that Git here. There is Git here already. So Git clone, apply Git clone, and then Git clone this. So it's going to clone this to my local system because it's a public repository. So it's going to clone it. Can you see that you clone it? CD to website. And if you check this now, you can see that we have a file called what? File 1. File 1. To check what? Git log. From this now, you see the person that did that change, Git log. See that the person that did that change is who? Charles. And this is it. Who is checking this thing? Smart. So Smart can now add his own echo. Smart echo. I'm trying to create a file now. Smart is working on file 2. Sorry, working on file 2. I need to push it to a file, file 2. So there's a file 2 here, Git status. You see that it's under this, but Smart needs to update himself. Git config, user.name. Smart will put his name. All right, what's his name? Smart Cloud. Cloud 2023. What is email address? So Smart is now trying to push to the code email, user.email, then Smart will be 2022 at gmail.com. So now Smart will now push. Git push origin main. It's now asking to log in. What is Smart email address? To log in, I'll put my username, Smart Cloud 2023. And my and look at this Smart 2023. And password should be, okay, I'll just get token as the password so that I can log in. So Smart will go to his own account and generate a token. Smart will go and generate a token. I told you guys how to generate a token. Smart will go and generate a token under this place. That is there. This token. It's a personal token. That is classic token. Smart will generate a token. I'll use password to log in instead. Login. Sorry, please. Smart will generate a token. And then name the token as what? Token 00. And then give it this thing and create the token. Smart will use the token to log in. And paste it. And Smart will log in. Authentication error. Push. Username is Smart Cloud 2023. Token name is, I click and paste it. And let's say error, deny access. Permission to occur for this is denied. Okay, so I do not have access to that. So Okafor need to give me access to this. Okay, Okafor need to give me access to this repository. So for Okafor to give me access, you go to settings. Under settings, you go to collaboration and teams. Remember that Smart is in which repository, which group is Smart in, which teams is Smart in? Smart is in what? DevOps team, I think. Under DevOps team, you can see Smart here, DevOps team, Smart. So he is going to give, under collaboration, he's going to add team, and add DevOps. And then what permission is going to give them? Maintenance, Not give them admin so that they don't do delete things and add in like this. You add him, so Smart now is going to work with him on this repository. So you can see, so Smart will be able to work on this repository now. If you go back again to sign in, you can sign in, Smart Cloud. (2023), and I'll press the password again. And I'm logged in. You can see everything up to date. I've logged in. So now I git status, git add, git push, git commit, sorry. Smart made an update on file 2. Or Smart added file 2. And I'll do git push origin main. What's the Smart name? Smart Cloud 2023. And the password again, I put it and push. Guys, I push this code. Then if you come here and refresh, you see that the last comment that was done was Smart that did it. Can we see now? The person that asked this question, can we see? So
Yes,
this is
please.
how both of them will be. You see that the update that who made the last update is Smart. But this guy here, let me still delete this thing. I don't have this again. It's Smart that made this thing. So if you check here, before, if you the git log, you see that the person that made the last comment was who? Was Charles, right? But for Charles to get the latest update, because Charles don't have file 2. File 2 was done by Smart. For Charles to get the updates now, Charles needs to do what? Git pull. Git pull. You do git pull. Git pull. Sorry. Git pull. Remote main. Is already existing. Sorry. Git pull. Let's start git pull. Git pull. It says here remote origin branch up to date branch. Yes, now main. Git pull set upstream to origin custom main. Okay, let me do this. To set this branch to main. Origin main. Sorry. Origin main. Okay. Main. Git pull. Git pull -F. Come on. Git pull remote and branch. Okay. Git config. We should extract this. Git pull set git branch, set this equals to origin. Let me set this first. All right. Git pull. Okay, so you can see we have pulled the file now, right? One file changed, one file inserted. So which is this file? So who did this file? You can go and check this thing now. Git what? Git log. You check the git log now, you see that Smart was the person that worked on that file too. Can you see? Smart added file 2. Can you see? So both of them now are now working together. So if this guy also go and edit line 2, I added new line. You save it. After saving it, git push, git add, dot, git commit, -m, added new line, line to what? To file 1. I git push, push it. Then now Smart will go and pull it, right? And Smart will get the update from Charles. So this is how the collaboration works. That's how the collaboration works. That's it. I think that answers your question. Git pull here. So you can see you have gotten that line that was added. Cut the file on file 1, 01. I can see this line was added. And who made the last commit? Git log. See that the person that made the last commit was Charles. I added a new line to the file. Okay, so that's it. Another person? Another question, Chini?
All right, let's take from the charts. When you make your repository private, will it show on the green charts that you have been working?
Sorry, I didn't get. Say what?
When you make your repository private, will it show on the green charts that you have been working?
Green chart. Which one is the green chart?
Ngozi, please, can you unmute to explain yourself better? Ngozi, you can unmute.
Okay, what I mean is those tiny dots that is like a log that shows that I work is that I can make
your voice is
your
breaking.
work private. Kimberly, what your proof?
Sorry. Greg, your voice is quite not good.
Okay, let's take next question.
It's network. It's network.
Okay, go ahead now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Okay, because you said that those green tiny charts will show how you have been working, like it's like a log. Then I'm asking now, if you're doing something private, but you're working, but you don't want people, you don't want to make it public, will those tiny green dots be showing that you have been working on GitHub?
Yes, it will be showing that you are working, but it will not show it will not show the repository you worked on. Okay.
Okay.
See what you're talking about. We are talking about, you can see now I have 7 commits, right? 7 commits.
Yeah.
If you click it now,
yes,
it's giving us that 3 was done on this particular one. But where is the 4? Do you understand? If you highlight here, to show how many commits do we have here?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
7 commits. That is guy, Okafor, did what? 7 commits. But if you click there to check, just click on it to check which he did the commits. We can't see any, cannot see that it not only 3 commits on this one. Why is it showing this thing, 3 commits here? Because this one is public. So, but the rest 4 commits was done on a private repository. Did you understand now? Do you understand? The rest 4 was done on a private repository. So you will not see it. So that is actually how it works. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then another one is, please, sir, like you were using VS Code to push and pull. Can you use other IDE? Is it only VS Code that you can use?
No, you can use anything.
If you're
even
working,
command
maybe
line.
you're not using VS Code, you're using another IDE.
You can use the command line.
Okay.
See the command line.
Okay.
Look
Okay,
at
thank
it.
you very much.
You can use command line, anything. You can git log. You can use it. You can use command line. Okay. Show the next person.
Okay.
All right, I think we are done with the questions.
Okay. All right. So there are some questions that may make me to touch some things, all right, which I did not cover. So that's why the question is and answer is very, very important, right? Because some question will make me to touch some things that I did not cover. It doesn't mean that I did not remember. It may be not that I just keep my memory, right? That's why some questions will help to bring them back, bring them out. Okay, that's why it's important to listen to other people's questions. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for today's section. So tomorrow, on Saturday, we are going to be looking at introduction to completion of it with Git action, and we also start introduction to Terraform. So introduction to Terraform will start on Saturday, and then completion of a introduction to Git action will start on Saturday, and also introduction to Terraform will also start on Saturday. All right. So that is actually what we're going to be doing. Thank you, everyone. Please inform those that are not coming to class. Let them still start coming on. Those that are not coming to class, please inform them, pull them, and let them start coming. All right. Thank you. God bless you. Chine, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Engineer Smart. Thank you all for attending today's section. You'll be getting recorded video tomorrow morning. All right, thank you.